What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm LotusAsakura, the one who knows best. And in today's video, I'm bringing you guys that video that I mentioned a few videos ago, where I said, hey, would any of you guys be interested in watching me basically rank every single rage art in the game? Shout out to Maximilian Dude, by the way. He's been doing rate the super videos for years, and it's something I've always kind of wanted to try out for myself. I think it's fun because I enjoy watching those videos, and a lot of you guys seem to as well, because you wanted to see me do it here for Tekken 8. And I actually don't know if Max has done one for Tekken 8 yet. He probably has. I feel like he does one for like every fighting game, right? And it'd be strange if he hasn't done one for Tekken 8, but I'm sure he will if he hasn't already. But regardless, we're doing our own here today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into training mode. We're probably going to do these in alphabetical order, with me starting off with Alissa, I believe, because then when I go to quick select, they'll be in alphabetical order. So we'll just go from left to right, top to bottom, you feel me? And over here on my other monitor, we have a tier list over on Tier Maker, where I'll be ranking every single rage art in the game, going from cinema to pretty good to mid to boring to sleeper, snoozeville, resident sleeper. You already know the type of vibes we on. So go ahead and kick things off. Let me just jump back over to the character select. We'll start off with Alissa, and we'll use Kazuya as our training dummy just because that's him by default. And let's go ahead and get it cracking. All right, so I've gone ahead and disabled the HUD and everything on screen so we can see these in their full glory. Characters in rage, so let's just go ahead and let it rip. Now, Alissa, not one of my favorite characters in the game. Actually, one of my least favorite characters in the game. The rage art, it's goofy. Her kicking the head off, like, I'm sure a lot of people think that's really funny. I'm not the biggest fan of it personally. There's definitely worse ones in the game. We'll go ahead and run it back. But like, if I had to rank it like on a scale of 1 to 10, am I ranking every single one of these on a scale of 1 to 10? I guess I can. I mean, I give it like a 6.5 maybe. I'm calling it mid. You know what I'm saying? I just think the whole I'm taking my head off and throwing it, using it as a weapon. I'm not a fan personally. I want something that's a little more like I'm whooping your ass. Not I'm trying to be goofy, silly, haha. This is hokey. And I understand Tekken's a little bit hokey. You know what I'm saying? I say a little bit. There's fighting bears and kangaroos, and Gon was a character in Tekken 3. It's a lot more than a little bit. But regardless, the characters I like the most usually aren't the comedic relief characters. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably have to place Alissa over in the mid categories. Let's just go ahead and drop her there and move on to the next. All right, next we have Asuka. And honestly, this is my first time really sitting down and looking at every single rage art. I'm pretty sure I've seen all of them in the game, but yeah, there's just like one big old punch. Again, like, I like Asuka a lot more than I like Alissa, but it's a mid. I'm not gonna lie. Again, I give that like a 6.5 out of 10. I like it about the same. Like, it's you know, a little bit more serious, I guess, but it's just, you know, it's a little boring. And not quite enough to actually put it in the boring. Well, maybe this is definitely more boring than Alyssa's. Alyssa's does at least have a little unique flair to it. I do feel like it is some mid. I like Asuka more. I don't necessarily want to put Asuka below Alissa, but by my own words, I just called it boring. So I think we got to go ahead and actually put her in the boring tier. I mean, it's my list. I can do whatever I want, but I literally just called it boring. So you know what? We gonna go ahead and throw that in the boring tier. It just is what it is. Sorry, Asuka. I like you, but your rage art leaves a lot to be desired. I'm not gonna lie. All right, Azusena, show me what you're working with. Coffee Queen. Hey, big punch to the gut. I'm over here. I'm you, but stronger. This is, yeah. I like Azusena's pretty well. Yeah. The flick to the dome piece. The hey, I'm over here. I'm you, but stronger. Hey, nothing personal, kid. Type. You feel me? Like, I'm digging it. Big punch to the gut. Hey, hit him with the 2-piece. Yeah, big kick to the dome piece. Flick to the forehead. Itachi with it. Yeah, or Beerus if you prefer. Itachi was more like a poke. It wasn't really a flick. Beerus is more like a flick. But I think that's a pretty good one. I think that should be the bar, I would say, for what should be considered a pretty good rage art, in my opinion. That's just me. Y'all might disagree. I know people got some strong feelings about Azusena, but I mean, I think, come on, we can agree that's a pretty good rage art, right? Oh, I didn't get that one a ranking. I guess I give that one like a 7.5, 8. All right, now we've got Brian Fury, one of my absolute favorite characters to watch at a high level in this game, or even just in general. When I watch players like Knee, Jimmy J, Ty, Tone, it's truly a treat. Yo, the crazy gut punches, the cyborg eye lock on with the beam on it. Yeah, the thing is, like, it also just ends with just like one big punch, so it's not like the craziest one. I feel like this is definitely a step above Asuka's, right? Because at least you start with the, you know what I'm saying, the Gatling punches, and then you have like the whole lock-on sequence and everything. This is definitely better than Asuka's. I feel like I want to give this one pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this is better than Azusena's. I think it's definitely a little bit worse than Azusena's. I think I'm feeling like a 7.5 on this one. I said Azusena should be the bar for pretty good, but I feel like I like this one more than I like Alyssa's. You know what I'm saying? It's not as creative as Alyssa's, I guess, but maybe 7.5 should be the threshold for pretty good. What do y'all think? You know what I'm saying? I feel like so here's my thing, right? I feel like if you're at like a 5 or 6, that's actually made. If you're like a 7, 7.5, that's where you start to get to good to pretty good, and then beyond that's above average. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's how the scale works, or that's how the scale should work. So we might go ahead and throw Brian in pretty good, but it would be lower than Alissa. And I don't really know if I plan on ranking these within the tiers themselves and like ordering them, but if I'm going to, then we're definitely going to put Brian's below Azucena's. But maybe I'm just partial to Brian. But you know, I like it more than Alissa. It's similar to Asuka's, but better. You know what I'm saying? So it's my list. I can do what I want. It's my list. I do what I want. You got a problem? You can take it up with me in the comments. All right, Claudio, not a character I'm a huge fan of, but show me what you got, homie. Show me what you got. Okay. A little bit of Full Metal Alchemist action going on here. You know what? This is actually a pretty good one. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I'm not the biggest Claudio fan, but this rage art is probably the absolute coolest thing about him. If we keep it in a stack, this is probably on par with Azusena. Maybe even better than Azucena's, if we're being honest. Just for the sheer cinematics of it. I don't know if I'm quite putting this one in cinema, because there's definitely some ones that are a lot better than this. But even though I'm not a big Claudio fan, I'd be lying to you if I said this wasn't like a pretty good rage art. We're gonna go ahead and run that back one more again. Get a little twin star exorcist action going on here. Full Metal with it. Edward Elric. Hey, yeah, Quincy with it. My name is. A little bit of Ishida going on over there. We're gonna go ahead and put Claudio, where are you? Over here in pretty good. I gotta be honest, I like Azusena more as a character. Claudio's rage art is better than Azucena's. I like Azucena's a lot, but I'm gonna try to be a little objective here. Just a tiny little bit. I mean, it's only but so objective you can be when you're giving your opinions on things like this, but you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. Next up we have Devil Jin, who I can already look. I like Devil Jin's a lot, okay? This is, yeah, come on, son. Come on, so taking you to another dimension, Infinite Tsukuyomi with it, with the Spirit Blade? Come on, son. Come on, run it back. Run it back. Plus the colors too, with the black and the red, and then you get a little bit of purple action going on here. Fire Flame Spitter with the Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black with it? Yeah, nah, that's cinema. Keep it a stack. Devil Jin's is probably a 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie, there's not too many rage arts that are on par with Devil Jin's, in my opinion, in this game. We're gonna go ahead and let that rock one more again, just cause, yeah, this deserves to be enjoyed and appreciated, for sure. Yeah. Giving that one a 10. All right, Dragunov, honestly, one of the more boring characters in the game, and well, his rage art. It's pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie. I damn near want to throw this in the bottom tier. Like, I guess it gets little bonus points for the little ice stage transition type beat, but like this is really not any better than Asuka's, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm sorry, Dragunov. I'm giving that a 4, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I just think it leaves a lot to be desired. Dragunov's going down here in the sleeper tier. It is what it is. All right, Feng, go ahead, show me what you got. Feng, also not a character I'm a huge fan of, but you know, this one's definitely better than Dragunov's, I would say. With the dragon, yeah, you know what I'm saying? The dragon added that little bit of extra flair, and then the light beam, the pillar, definitely adds a little bit more to it. It's still, is this on par with the ones I put in pretty good though? Because we have Claudio, Azusena, and Brian. I feel like if I put Brian up there, this one's about the same as Brian, right? Like, I feel like I want to give this one a 7, 7.5. You know what I'm saying? It's a little simple, but like just the flair with the dragon and the light column at the end, I feel like that's what really gives it like that extra little push. If it wasn't for that, if you take away the dragon or like that beam of light, that pillar of light, this one definitely drops down to mid, if not boring. But just that extra little flair, you know what I'm saying? Just this extra little something on the end, tight. You feel me? I'm gonna give it a 7. We gonna put that in the pretty good tier, but it's the bar for pretty good is getting lower and lower as I add more characters to it. but that's fine. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? This is, like I said, this is my list. We can bend the rules as much as we want. We don't make no mistakes. Just happy little accidents. Word to Bob Ross. You feel me? Let's go ahead and get into the next one. All right, then we got my boy Hwoarang, who, you know, I like this rage art. I've seen it obviously plenty of times since I played the character. Not my favorite one in the game, but I think this one is pretty good. Hey, the big axe kick at the end. That's kind of fire. That's kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely some better ones in the game. Like I said, even though I play this character, this is definitely not my favorite one. But foots to the face, skyrocket to the air, piece you up more. We doing with the primary Lotus to the axe kick to finish it off. She run down Lions barrage with his sauce. Yeah, I'm giving that a 7.5, maybe a light 8. Strong 7.5 for sure. I think I'm putting that one above Brian's. Somewhere, yeah, I'm giving that a 7.5 for sure. I'm giving that a 7.5 for sure. That's somewhere around Azusena, better than Brian. For me personally, that's just me. So, my boy, I'm gonna go ahead and seat you snugly right there. I think that's a more than fair spot for you. We're gonna go ahead and get into the next one. All right, Jack is not one of the most exciting characters in this game, but his rage art is probably one of the more exciting things about him. I mean, my man brings out a big fucking laser cannon. Yeah, and blast you to smithereens. Blast so powerful he blew himself back. You feel me? I don't love this one, but it definitely is better than like Alissa. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to feel like we don't have to bump some of these ones in pretty good down. Just to fill out the lower levels more, but it's gonna shape up as we continue to look through some of these, because like I said, some of these are not that great in my opinion. But I can't quite call this one mid. I whiffed. I'm an idiot. I can't quite call this one mid just because it's, you know, I don't know. I just feel like just him bringing in a laser cannon, he's just kind of doing something else that a lot of characters ain't doing. You feel me? So I'm gonna put this one in the pretty good tier. It's right around the same level as Feng, in my opinion. It's right around the same level as Feng. I'll go ahead and give that one pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Next up, none other than Jin Kazama himself, who I think this is one of the best ones in the game. Activating the devil powers, the one-winged angel. Oh, what the? Yeah, just the activation, the one wing coming out. I think the Devil Jin one is probably better, but I'm giving this one like a solid 9, like a strong 9, I think. Again, it just kind of ends with like one big punch, but like the build up to it, you know what I'm saying? You get the electric off rip, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? You get, yeah, just the effects, the feathers, the wing, the electricity, the black and the red. It just looks really cool. It's pretty simple for the most part. It really is just like, what is that? Just 2 punches. You know what I'm saying? You get the initial wham, and then it's just one more big hit, but I don't know. It just looks cooler than like some of the other ones. I know I definitely dock points in other ones for it just being, oh, it's just one big punch, but like he look a lot cooler when he doing his one big punch than some of the other characters do. That's just me. Say what you want, but I'm putting the Jin one in cinema. You feel me? I like the aesthetic of it a lot. That, you know what I'm saying? You can feel free to disagree. I don't really care. Then we have June, who yeah, you got the dove coming in, explodes into the light, double palm thrust to the gut. Where's that all right when I'm feeling godly? Purifying your spirit. The power of Christ compels you. Yeah. Do I even gotta say it? Do I even gotta run it back? Do I even gotta say anything? I know what it is. Cinema. That's a masterpiece. Masterpiece right there. That's up there with Devil Jin. That's definitely up there with Devil Jin for being one of the best ones in the game. To me, I just think the aesthetic, the lighting, the cinematic, the flair, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm really rocking with that one. We're gonna go ahead and grab June, put her up here with Devil Jin. Do I like it more than Devil Jin? I think I like Devil Jin's more, but I definitely like this one more than I like Jin's. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get it popping crack with the next one. All right, Kazuya's also got a pretty damn good one, not gonna lie. Activate the devil off rip, big fish, laser beam to the skies, take off with soaring, flying, axe kick with, yeah. Look. I know I talk a lot about Kazuya players, but Kazuya himself is a really cool character that I do genuinely think is pretty dope. I like Kazuya a lot, and this is definitely one of the better rage arts in the game. This one, a strong 9.5, might even be a 10. Strong 9.5 might even be a 10. Definitely better than Jin's. Jin's rage art might be the worst one that goes in cinema. We gonna see though. Yeah, that's pretty good. We gonna give this one, is that a 10? I think that's a 10, bro. I'm not gonna cap. I think that's a 10. Kazuya going in the top tier along here with June and Devil Jin. Do I like it more than June's? I think I do. I'm not sure. He can go right here, right after June. We're gonna move on to the next one. All right. Now, typically, I'm not the biggest fan of grapplers, but I've always gone on record to say that King is one of the coolest, if not the coolest grappler in all the fighting games. That being said, his rage art is, over the back. Hey, toss him to the skies. Yeah. I'm sure that's really cool for a lot of people, but it's just kind of, I'm just not really feeling it too much. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm just not really feeling it too much. Like, I don't dislike it. Like, I like it more than I like Alissa's, for sure. But it just feels kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie. It just feels kind of mid. Let me run it back one more time. I feel like I want to give it a strong 6.5, maybe a 7. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I like King, I just don't think the rage art is all that. That's just me, though. As much as I like King, I just don't think the rage art is all that. I'll give it above Alissa, just off the brownie points of just thinking you're a way cooler character. But I think that's the best I can do. Next up, Kuma, which brings out a giant fish, whacks you with it, knocks you into the air. The fish turns into a fucking drone, into a heat-seeking missile. And then, like, points for creativity, I guess. I don't like it, though. Like I said, the comedic relief stuff's not really for me. It's not that I love comedy, just not really in my fighting games. You know what I'm saying? Like, comedy is one of my favorite genres of movies and films and stuff. I love to laugh. I'm just not looking for comedic relief in my fighting games is all. That's just me. Like, it's not that it's a bad rage art. I just don't like it. You feel me? It's not giving. Ain't that what the kids say? It's just not giving. You know what I'm saying? It's just not giving. I think this is right up there with Alissa. I give it the same score as Alissa's, and we gonna put it right there. It's probably just slightly below Alissa for me personally. Okay, next up we have everybody's favorite Shonen Jump reject, Lars. Go ahead, show me what you got, Lars. Talk to me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Twin lightning shiver, face ass. I mean, yeah, it's, look, I don't like Lars, but this is probably the coolest thing Lars has going for him is the rage art. That's an easy 7.5 at the least. Easy 7.5, maybe an 8. I'll give credit where credit is due. You do have one of the better rage arts compared to a lot of other characters. I'll put you like right there. It's pretty good. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. It's pretty good though. It's pretty good. Martial Law, a character I actually like quite a bit. Gotta love all the Bruce Lee inspired characters. You know what I'm saying? If your character's inspired by Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan, they're probably pretty cool. That being said, Lei Wulong up next. Waiting for that on DLC. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into Martial Law's rage art. Hey, big gut punch. Take out the nunchaku. Hey, whoo, yeah, whoa. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Easy 8, maybe 8.5. This might be my favorite one that goes in the pretty good tier. I wish the ending was a little bit more dramatic with like the big stomp at the end, like it is in like the Bruce Lee movie, which is obviously referencing. But bringing out the nunchucks, whooping your ass with him, and the Bruce Lee reference. I mean, his whole character is a Bruce Lee reference, but I wish it was like, you know what I'm saying? I wish it was like slowed down a little bit more dramatic, but I think that's a pretty easy, pretty good tier 1. Not quite putting that one in cinema. If they had just a little bit more flair to it with like, I don't know if he had like a dragon around him or something, or like extra flames or something, you know what I'm saying? I think that would add a whole lot to it. That would take it to the cinema tier for me. But this is still pretty damn good. Like I said, 8, 8.5. I think I'm feeling on that one. We can go ahead and move Law probably to the top of this tier, or maybe right here behind Claudio. Somewhere. We'll move him right here. I'll be honest, I was about to say I can't remember what Lee's rage art is, which doesn't matter because we're about to watch it anyway, but I think he has the rose or whatever. Am I thinking of Tekken 7? I think he does throw a rose at the end of this one. Oh, the grenade, right. I'm not impressed. I do like the explosion with the rose, like that is pretty cool, and I like the rose petals and everything. That definitely gives it bonus points. I think If it's not for like the rose and the rose petals and stuff, I'd probably give this like a 5.5. But because of the rose motif, I give it an extra point. It's like a 6.5 for me. It's going in mid though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just not really, it's not really feeling it, man. I just don't think it's that great. I give it, yeah, I top of mid because I just like the roses or whatever. But it's mid. It's mid. I calls it as I sees it. That's all. All right. Next up, we have Leo, who, the grappling hook doesn't really move me. The grappling hook don't really move me. I've seen some people who've like customized Leo to look like Joker from Persona 5, which does make it look a little cooler, but all in all, it's pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie. Like I probably give it like a 5. I'm not gonna lie. I think Leo is cool as a character. I like Leo, but I just think that they have a pretty boring rage art. And you know, it just, yeah, it's really no better than Asuka's to me. Like I know they're doing more than just like here's one big punch, but with the grappling hook, but I'm not impressed. I'm just personally not impressed. It's alright. Alright, Leroy, go ahead, show me what you got. Go ahead, show me what you got. Funk Daddy Flex, Mr. Grandmaster Flash. With the dragon? Yeah, with the with the black dragon. Dragon of the darkness flaming it, like he ain't with it. Yeah, hold on. Hey. Mink, mink, mink. Mink, mink. Then the 1-inch punch. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I think that's got to be on the level of like Claudio. I'm giving that one like an 8, 8.5 for sure. I think that's above law. I'm probably putting this one, for me, the Claudio one is pretty cool. It does a little bit more in terms of flair just because you got all the, you know, the sigils and stuff and everything like that. But I like the Black Dragon more than I like that personally. So for me, I'm probably going to put Leroy at the top of pretty good. I think that's a pretty damn good rage art for me. You know what I'm saying? For me. All right, then we have the Evo Japan 2024 champion in Lili. Go ahead, see what she's got. Hey now. Yeah, you already know. Bonus points for the flower petals. Now break your leg. Break them. You know, it's kind of mid, actually. It's better than Lee's, in my opinion. Just because she's just prettier. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But only slightly. I like it only slightly more than Lee, but that could just be Lili bias because I actually like Lili as a character. I don't play her. I might pick her up at some point. I dabble with her a tiny bit in Tekken 7 at some point, but yeah, it's not anything particularly special. I just really like the aesthetic with the pedals and everything like that. I know Lee had the same thing going on with him, but his had an explosion, but the combat grenade is ugly. I think Lee's kind of corny, so the whole marvelous thing doesn't really appeal to me. It's not really my type of character. Yeah, it's kind of mid, but I'll put her at the top of mid. Next up to bat, Nina Williams. I'm not a big gun kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? It's you know, okay. Running off the top of a nigga dome piece like that and then shooting him, like, it's kind of lit, but I don't know, I'm just not really feeling it like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not blown away by it though, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me run it back one more time. I'm just not really impressed, you know what I'm saying? And it could be just my Nina Williams bias coming into play because I just don't like the character, but a whole gun thing don't really do it for me. You feel me? Like, it's giving mid, like a light 6.5, I guess. Maybe above King, but that's really about the best I feel like I can do personally. All right, Panda, go ahead, show me what you got, shorty. Wait. Is that Panda's AOP? I never realized that they do that. I'll tell you what, I like Pandas a lot more than I like Kumas. I know this one's also like kind of jokey, kind of comedic effect, comic relief, whatever. I think I like this more than I like Kuma. I like it more than I like Alissa. Panda's kind of adorable, I ain't gonna lie. I don't like the bears, but also the fucking Hanna-Barbera ass sound effect when they're and the big gong at the end. I still feel like it's some mid. I'm not gonna lie, but it's better than Kuma. I think I like it maybe even more than King and Nina. You know what I'm saying? It's alright. It's alright. Alright, next up we have everybody's favorite Karen, Paul Phoenix. And I actually have a huge issue with Paul's. Okay. And it's that right there. That big freeze frame, it always feels so out of place and so weird. Like, it just, I'm not a fan, man. It just feels like the game like is lagging or freezing or something. And it's just a weird pose and I just don't like, I don't like it. I think it's a really boring rage art. I think the freeze frame is really weird and out of place and kind of jarring. I'm just not really feeling it. Not impressed. Paul's actually going to go down here in the boring tier with Leo and Asuka. Probably the most boring out of the three, in my opinion. But that's just me. Paul's an okay character, but I just think it's a pretty underwhelming rage art. Some of y'all might disagree, but it just is what it is. All right, then we get to Raven, who is not as cool of a character as I was hoping he would be in this game. I'm actually kind of underwhelmed by a lot of things, but one thing I'm not underwhelmed by with this character is this rage art. I mean, come on, son. Come on, son. Come on, son. Nah. Cinema. Hit him with the jutsu. Hey. Kage Bunshin, you already know what type of time we on. Naruto, Uzumaki Barrage. The red X at the end, shout out Teen Titans, you feel me? Yeah, I'm digging that. I'm gonna let that go ahead rock one more time. We already know where this one's going though. That's an easy 10 out of 10 for me. Is this my favorite one in the game? I don't know, but this is definitely up there with Devil Jin and Kazuya for me. Absolutely one of the coolest rage arts in the game for sure, which I don't really get to see a whole lot when I think about it, because Raven's not the most common character, and I feel like when I do fight Raven, they don't really get the opportunity to do rage art like that. But this one's going to the top of the list for the moment, you feel me? Next up to bat, Reina Mishima, who I've been playing a lot of lately, and I've seen this rage art more than my fair share of times, as you might imagine, since I've been playing the character. But yeah, know your place. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I feel like that might be a little bit too good for pretty good though, especially like with the transition to the other dimension or whatever. This might be on the same level as Jin, maybe even slightly above Jin. I think maybe I overrated Jin's a little bit too much. Jin might have to be bumped down from a 9.5 to a 9, and this can maybe be on that same level. And then like you get the little Devil Reina teaser there at the end, and yeah, this I would put this on the same level as Jin's. I'm gonna give it a 9. What she does isn't too crazy, because it's just like here's a couple of hits, you know what I'm saying? The stomp is crazy. Okay, this transition right here to this other dimension, whatever, and then like the blood moon in the background or whatever with the yeah. That's on par with Jin for me. Yeah. And next we have Shaheen, which is the character who sparked this whole video in the first place. So y'all already know where this is going, but I'll go through the motions and as a formality, we'll let this one rock. But this is just the dumbest rage art in the game to me. That being said though, now Kuma might actually have the worst one in the game to me. I feel like I might have to move Kuma down, bro. This one is also garbage. I just think he looks really, really dumb surfboarding on the opponent. And to some of you that might be really funny or like crazy disrespectful, and like I get it, it is, but I just don't think it looks cool at all. I just think it looks really goofy. Surfboard, graining on that wood, graining on that wood. The dive kick at the end kind of helps out a bit, but I just can't get jiggy with it, man. I can't get jiggy with it. You know what? Before we get to Steve, man, I feel like this, that feels better. That feels better. it's something just wasn't really sitting right with my spirit. I just feel like Kuma had to come down a few tiers, bro. I just wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, moving on to Steve. Jeez, ming, 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 ming. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. The only thing that takes away from this is Steve's voice in this game. I'm just not the biggest fan of. Hey, 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 ming, 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 ming. Yo, he's just piecing him up. Also, just like the effects on the punches and everything, and like the you know, just like the light trails, the slash, whatever you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? Just the effects just adds a lot. Right here, yeah, yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'll put that. I say it's like a solid 7.5. I'll probably put Steve maybe above Brian. I'll probably put Steve above Brian. Yeah, I feel okay with that. I feel okay with that. Definitely not the most exciting one, but far from the most boring one. I just think it looks kind of cool. We have Victor, a character who I liked a lot at launch, but I haven't really been playing a whole lot lately. It's just kind of hard to want to be associated with the average Victor player, so I just haven't really played him a whole lot, even though I thought he was really cool at first. But one thing that my opinion has not changed on is this rage art. Because I mean, come on. Come on. Nah. Easy 10. Easy 10. Easy 10. Slice. Hey, the way the camera pans around, he whips out the sword. It got the flames on it, looking like Rengoku in it, man. Wait. Yeah, nah. Easy 10. Easy 10. Go ahead, let that rock one more again. Definitely one of the coolest rage arts in the entire game. That is an easy 10. I think, I like that probably just about as much as Devil Jin and Raven. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in between Devil Jin and Raven. I think that's on the same par as those for me. I'm gonna go ahead and move that one right there. I think Victor earns that one for sure with that rage art. All right, just a few left. Let's go ahead and see what you got. Ling Xiaoyu. Hey. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not great. Couple of gut checks, hit him in the back, break his spine, kick him in the stomach, double palm thrust, send him spiraling away. It's definitely inoffensive. I don't know if I put this one in pretty good though. I feel like I'm not gonna lie, it might be mid. I'm not gonna lie, it might be some mid. Yeah, like I like it. It's okay, but it's not great. I'll probably put it here with Lili. You feel me? Like I'll probably take it over Lee's just cause, you know what I'm saying? But all right. Now, as goofy and corny as I think Yoshimitsu is, the rage art is kind of gas. As goofy and corny as Yoshimitsu can be, and as much as I despise 99% of Yoshimitsu players, again, gotta give credit where credit is due. That is an S tier cinema rage art. Like, come on. Yeah. I know where. Yeah. I know where this one's going. I go ahead and put that up here with Devil Jin, Victor, Raven, Kazuya. That's a pretty damn good rage art. Not gonna lie. Go ahead and run that one back for me one more time. It's the slice. The way he reappears. Hey. Yeah, and bonus points for the special background and everything too, and just Yup, easy 10. All right, then we got Zafina. Go ahead, talk to me, baby girl, with the power of Azazel. Yeah. good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's unique. I like the colors. I like the effects. It has a special transition with its own like unique background and stage set scenery, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's dramatic. It's cinematic. They like, I feel like that one's got to go in cinema. I don't know if I want to quite give that one a 10. It might be a 10. I think I'm feeling 9.5 on this one. I think I'm feeling 9.5 on this one. I feel like I might take Kazuya's over that, but it's still pretty damn good. Kazuya's is just way too crazy with like the transformation and then the laser and then like throwing you up in the air and then the explosion at the end and like that. Yeah, now Kazuya's, I think I'm taking Kazuya's over Zafina's, but Zafina's is pretty good. It's got a lot of really good things going for it. I like it quite a bit. I might take Zafina over June. Might take Zafina over June. They're both pretty good though. We'll say they're even. I'll say that that's on par with June. And then last, but certainly not least, we have Eddy Gordo, who I'm not gonna lie, they kind of did their thing with this one. Hey, capoeira dance on them summons the ancestors to watch you get your ass beat, kicking you in your mouth. Hey, both feet to the chest. You were talking that good hit a minute ago, and you got kicked in your chest. Hit him with the stink meter, bro. What? Nah, they did their thing on this one. They did that thing on the dance on them. Hey, foot, face, both feet to the chest, nigga. Yeah, that's a little more than pretty good. That is a little more than pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. At least a 9.5. I'm thinking. Do I like that one more than Zafina's? Zafina's looks a little cooler, I want to say, but the disrespect that Eddy gets, the bonus points, you feel me? Like it's up here. It's somewhere around here in this general area, I would say. And so these are like ordered a little bit loose. I say loose, a little bit more than loosely, not firmly, but snugly. These are snugly ordered from best to worst. I think. Does Raven have the best one in the game? Raven, Victor, Double Jin, in that order? I don't know, but those are definitely probably. I say that a lot. That's not proper English. That shit don't make no sense. It's definitely probably. That's probably about right with how I feel on these. But that's every single character's rage art in the game, ordered snugly from best to worst. I feel pretty good about that. For the most part. My opinion could definitely change on this on any given day. You know, one day I might see something that just might hit a little bit different than it normally does. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to disagree with this in your comments down below. Feel free to leave your own tier list or tweet it at me if you want to. My link's always in the description down below. My @'s always on screen at the beginning of every video, @LotusAsakura. Feel free to rank these, rate these, and criticize my list, as I'm sure some of you guys will, and talk about how terrible my taste in rage arts is. But it is what it is. That's the beauty of things like this. That beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's all subjective. We ain't got to agree, and we can agree to disagree. That's all fine by me. It's all good, baby. But with that took a lot longer than I thought. I've been sitting here recording for almost an hour. I'm sure it's going to be like maybe 30 minutes by the time you guys are seeing it, after I'm done chopping it up and editing and everything like that. But that's going to do it for today's video. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this video with a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already so you can stay tuned for all else content that I'm bringing you. And with all the being said, it's pretty much off today. Remember, let's get after it. Swing the bat. Later.